So what we're looking at right now is March 24th's Google form. So this ideally is what you guys did yesterday, which is all about compound probability. So when we talk about compound events, there's going to be two types. There's independent and dependent. Independent would be something like a dice, like you roll a dice and then you flip a coin. All right, the reason why those are independent is because my dice has a 1 through 6 sample space, my coin has a head and a tails. Which obviously if I roll my dice and just flip a coin, those two things aren't going to affect each other. And then we have dependent, where they do affect. I don't know if it's supposed to be effect or affect. I think affect. And in this case, we're thinking of stuff like if it's sunny out, like imagine, okay, actually, let's just do the one, like if there's marbles in a bag, that's my bag. These are all my marbles. And then I take one marble out. So originally I had it out of 5, but then after I take that marble out of that bag, then there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. So then on my first event, it was out of 5. On my second event, it's only going to be out of 4. And right here, because I changed my sample space, that's what makes it dependent. All right. What we're focusing on today, though, is just calculating the compound probability of independent events. All right. So you guys did watch, hopefully, that Khan Academy video where we was talking about calculating the probability of 2 independent events. And that's kind of what I'm going to walk you guys through here. What we're going to do is the Google form together. So if you look at the Google form, the first question has to do with a coin is tossed, then a day of the week is selected. What is the probability of getting tails? Then a day of the week starting with the letter T. All right. So there's 2 events going on, right? My event is a coin and then a day of the week. So if we go back to our work, I want to know the probability of getting tails, then selecting a T. So my first event, we're going to call event 1, is getting tails. That's a T. My second event, we're going to call event 2, is selecting a day of the week that starts with T. These are 2 separate events. What's going to happen is I'm going to find the probability of the first event, find the probability of the second event, and just multiply the 2 together. All right. So my probability of tails, if I have a coin, I either get heads or tails. So that means my sample space is going to be 2. Of those 2, only 1 is tails. All right. So the probability of getting tails is just 1 out of 2. My second event is the probability of getting a day of the week with the letter T. So days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Did I do that right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so...
Who does Sunday first?
A normal person. So it's the probability of getting a T. I know my sample space has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of those 7, I have 2 T's. I know you guys can do that. Like, I've seen your Google Forms on that. The only thing that's new is what we do with these 2 separate probabilities. So when you do the when you do the probability of independent events, you do the probability of the first one multiplied by the probability of the second. That's it. You find the first probability and you multiply it by the second probability. So let's go ahead and go back down here. So the probability of our first event was the probability of getting tails. So that's 1/2. The probability of my second event, event 2, which was getting a day of the week that starts with T, is 2 out of 7. Legit, all we're going to do is multiply. Multiplying across. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. If you put in 2 over 14, it would have worked. If you reduced it to 1 over 7, it also would have worked. You can stop there.